What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the day ones, comments, likes, feedback. Thank you so much. Greatly and genuinely appreciated. Man, it's hot out here today. Just had to come home and get my mind right before I go to the post office. Post office right across the street from my house, up the street from my house, ain't too far. You know what I mean? Post office ain't nothing but like 2-3 minutes. So right now, once I get my mind right, head on over to the post office and mail this little motion through the mail. You know what I mean? And let's see how it plays out. We just go from there. You'll be just. He gets mad because I hit him with the facts, right? He's mad because he's a supporter of male prison grape, right? He's all for that. He's all for that. He's all for male prison grape. So if he's all for male, I mean, well, he probably doesn't care about the females. You know what I mean? Anybody taking it by force is all good with him. There's no means yes to him. That's what I'm telling you, man. He's like borderline spectrum. He's trying so fucking hard to cash cow that mark, man. You see his videos only get what he did a video, got like 500 views. That's a shame right there, man. For such a big platform with 100,000 subscribers and YouTube plaques and only get videos of 1,500. That tells me that's poor quality content, right? Because I see all these other platforms with 100,000 subscribers. Fuck, their videos be hitting 100, 200, 300K. This guy can't even get that without buying that shit. He can't earn it. He got to buy it. I see why he wants to continue pushing the mark more. He got no content. His content is trash. His content is trash. That's why his shit only gets 500, 1,000 views per video. Nobody wants to be listening to the same storyline over and over. It's like Groundhog's Day, man. Different characters. Dude gets in depth, runs up in depth, gets his cheeks taken. And who's it by? A black guy. Like you're making the culture look bad, man. All right. You're making the culture look bad. Because you're portraying your fellow black man as sexual predators. And all your videos, the sexual predator is the black man. The victims, either white or Hispanic. That's all your content is based off. No truthfulness, no exposing. It's all made up fantasies about homosexuality. That's all it is. Reading between the lines. And when you write a book, it's who, what, when, and where. Who? Gay male. Where? Prison. What happened? He got taken out his ass cheeks. It's the same storyline over and over and over. Down low homosexuality. Promoting this stuff. It's like you're promoting stuff instead of exposing it. It's like the same dudes that take that Prep C, man. They make these AIDS medications to save people's lives, but all these dudes just do it just to continue being sick deviants. And it's giving them a pass, right? And that's why you got this guy, a known self-proclaimed racist, a supporter of male prison Grape. I don't this type of character you want to avoid at all cost, right? But he's a content creator on YouTube, which I'm here in the next few minutes. After I finish getting right, uh, go to the post office, fill this shit out, and send it on its merry way. You know what I mean? And we go from there. He needs to have that same fucking energy, man. That same energy. I don't need him to backtrack, backpedal, none of that shit. Keep that same fucking energy you got, right? Because it's gonna look bad for you, man. Once you get in that courtroom, it's gonna look bad for you, man. All right. Because it's gonna be like, okay, you acknowledged it, you cut it out for a little bit, but then you seen that he wasn't filing the motion, so you felt that oh, he must be hiding something. He's not gonna go through it. So that gave you a little boost of testosterone, right? A little testosterone boost. It filled up your little nutsack to where I could, oh man, let me go start. Once again, defamation of my character, right? I guess you got a little tipsy or that Stella Rose bled into that ball sack and gave you a little testosterone, you know what I mean? Little pick me up. But and in the long run, it's just gonna bite you in the ass, man. Right? Because it's just painting a pattern of who you are. Right? And what are you gonna go say? What are you gonna go say? What's I'm thinking about what kind of counterclaim you have. You don't have no counterclaim, as far as I know. I haven't given you no reason, no ammunition. Everything I speak about you, you double down on it. Your actions and statements move mountains. They sure do. They sure do, buddy, old pal. Man, it feels good. Man, it feels good, man. You know, now you gave me something to talk about, right? You gave me something to talk about. You gave me something to talk about, man. You should have just left me alone. Uh, if you're gonna speak about me, speak facts, right? Or else you holding yourself liable, right? And yeah, I am, bro. I mean, I can't get mad at the little cocksucker. You know what I mean? The little cocksucker. I guess he felt. See, that's the thing with social media, man. Uh, you need to stop taking people's silence for weakness. Right? You have to watch out for the quiet ones, man. Watch out for the quiet ones. Right? Don't my silence. You've been mistaken my silence for weakness. Right? And that's the only. I'm trying to dissect and brainstorm on how you think. Right? And I can't. It's kind of hard for me to become a degenerate and think like a scum bucket. Right? I can't think like that. Right? Uh, and I can't wrap my thoughts around it on how you think, man. It's like an imbecile. You think like an imbecile, right? An idiot. I thought I, I thought I was an idiot, man. I tell you, I'm a fucking idiot because you know what? I don't portray myself like I'm a very educated person. I don't portray myself as somebody I'm not. I never do that. I never portray myself as somebody I'm not. Never have, never will be. I can only portray and act like who I've been acting for the last 40 something years. Uh, So I think you probably mistaken my silence for weakness, or maybe some kind of a sign of guilt of admission for me being staying quiet, right? But I guess you're giving me something to talk about once again, you know. Here, I'm halfway through getting right. Got a little bit more, got a few more minutes to get right. But I don't like burning and fucking doing videos, man, because it seems like I end up the shit, the wind ends up burning it more than what my lungs do. I really don't like that. I like to sit back and just enjoy my wood, man. And enjoy it, man. Watch some YouTube videos, enjoy it, man. I don't like wasting my time of this. Right? I've already made like 4 fucking videos. I guess it's like all you're doing is giving me something to talk about. And once I start talking, if you haven't noticed, man, it's kind of hard to keep me quiet, man. So I'm just gonna keep you updated, man. And yeah, he has, bro. He has, man. And it's my fault too, because I let off the pressure, man. At the same time, I got priorities, man, and I'm like, uh, I got bigger fish to fry than some cocksucker spewing lies. So I gotta, but at the same time, I gotta nip that shit in the butt, man. Because somebody can get a wind of that and believe it and run with it, and my life can, be in danger, man. So I need to nip that shit in the butt as soon as possible, which I should have did a long time ago. Uh, Fuck, it is what it is. Right now, once I finish getting right, I don't think they let you post up in the office, right? But um once I post up there and fill it out, uh, I'll show you. I mean, I'm gonna show you how the package is being sent, the money order. I'm gonna show you the money order because a lot of people are gonna be, oh, you probably bought the money orders, haven't filled them out. You probably bought the money orders, you're gonna return them. You bought those money orders and you're gonna return them. You're trying to sell as a hog. It's hogwash. Right? You trying to sell as a hog. Nah, man, I ain't selling you. I ain't selling you no hog or a pig with lipstick on. Nah, man. I'm selling you the real McCoy. All right. It's the real deal, man. It's official. Here after this, motions through the mail, certified mail. Once I keep track and I know they received it, pay the service, and we go from there, man. That's all I can do, man. Right? I try to do like a gentleman's deal. Maybe say, hey, I won't talk about you. Uh, you be a. But like I said, man, you cowards, you can't hold cowards to face value, man. And that way you'll be disappointed all the time. You can't do that. You already got to know that this is what was going to have to take, man. Get his bitch ass in the courtroom, and we go from there, man. It's and like once again, man, he can replay this in there. Look, I don't want no monetary. The only monetary gain that I want is for you to reimburse me back the court costs, the filing fees, everything that is taken for me to get you to do a simple apology for your wrong. Right? Since you can't be a man enough and do it on your own, well, that's why we have a legal system, right? The judge is going to listen, take all the evidence into consideration, and make his judgment. He'll make his verdict after that, man. And all we have to do as being citizens of this beautiful country is abide by it. Right? You're gonna have to listen to it. Right? His ruling. And then when the man sees, like, he goes, so you did all this for a simple apology. He goes, half of the people that come in here, man, mostly want money. Let's be honest, man. Civil matters a lot of times, like Judge Judy, Judge Mathis, Judge Brown. A lot of these are just money grabs, or people just don't want to pay. Yeah, you're right about that, Lucas. Hey, there's a lot of stuff going on, Lucas. I'm trying to connect you to other family victims. That way, it can be actually a movement of Me Too's. You know what I mean? A movement, a wave, a tsunami of Me Too's. Because look, I'm a victim of Dante. I'm not proud. I have to put my pride to the side and realize that, I stepped into an environment that there was an apex predator waiting for me, man. And he goes by the name of Donta Lamar Bell, a social media that preys on the vulnerable and the weak on social media. He's no different than the motherfucking diddler, right? He's no different, man. Grooming, gaslighting, extorting, positive, negative reinforcement. You name it. The same tactics that Mark does, even Mark said, "Oh, I even played the Captain Save-A-Hole role to get what I want." So you can't expect another apex predator not to do the same thing, right? Just different environments. You got apex predators in the aerial, you got apex predators on the floor, and then you got your apex predators in the oceans or the waters. Every environment has their apex predator. And I stepped into this environment not knowing, right? But I've been able to adapt and survive. I might be missing a fin or missing a few feathers from my mat. I got a few scars, but I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still here. And for you to say that I'm going against a platform 10 times the size of mine, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes, man. That really is that David and Goliath scenario type of deal, man. Set the picture up, man. He spoke it into existence, right? And not to toot my own horn, but he got to be lucky, man. He got to be lucky that I haven't gotten on my knees and asked God for forgiveness, right? And to change my heart and to make me whole again. He's lucky, man. I'm he's lucky, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee you, the wrath would be 10 times worse, man. It would be 10 times worse, man. But I haven't, I still got pride issues, man. I need to work on my pride issues, and one day, hopefully sooner, I will succumb to that. I will succumb to that, and I will get on my knees and praise the Lord. I will. Right. I know if I was to put everything that I do in his name and do it for him, man, he'd bless me a lot more, man. I'm not doing any of this for monetary gain or just the fucking truth. Just the truth, man. I've wasted more money on this shit than I can say I've made. But that defeats the whole purpose of why you do good deeds, man. You do good deeds for, not to expect nothing in return. I don't expect nothing in return, man. If I've been hearing stuff down the grave, oh, people this, okay, well, good for them. If they do, if they do happen to get something, their family member suffered, right? They suffered. So if some kind of monetary gain eases their pain, and so be it, man. Right? So be it. It's just like me. All I'm asking for a simple apology to ease my pain. That's all I'm asking, man. So I'm gonna waste money that I would probably waste on something else, but hey, I need a peace of mind, right? So I'm going that route. And and thing is that there's victims, man. There's Brad, Mendenhall. We haven't heard from Mendenhall's father, man. It'd be good to hear from Mendenhall's father one day. That would be fucking good, right? Because we're gonna have somebody that was there, right, for the last 20 years while Mendenhall was doing time. We're gonna know the conversations David Mendenhall had with his grandma that his grandma told his dad, right? There's gonna be a lot of fucking good, real exposing, right? Not this fucking Dante Bill shit that he does, man. Right? Not even NBC wanted his bullshit. Nobody, right? All his content is trash, right? Because as being as big of a platform, you would think that you would move on from being homosexual and prison tales. Okay, you want to be in the prison genre? Uh, Start interviewing people that are actually been in prison. You know, stop telling your fantasy gay homosexual stories. It's like you fantasize of being the victim or the predator. You fantasize of one or the other. I don't know what it is, right? I feel my content is exposing Mark Moore, uh, uh, sexual deviant that preys on man, right? I'm exposed, and I feel kind of like out of my elements talking about that shit. You know what I mean? I feel out of my element. I feel out of my environment talking about that. I have no past, present knowledge or history of interacting or deviancy of that nature. It doesn't intrigue me, right? Prison intrigues me. You know, the gambling, the fighting, the gangs. That side of prison intrigues me, but not the homosexuality. The homosexuality of prison does not intrigue me, just like the homosexuality out here in the free world doesn't intrigue me. Right? Homosexuality doesn't intrigue me in the free. I'm not watching homosexual documentaries in the free world. I'm not watching anything pertaining to any kind of homosexual activity, either being man or female. Right? I'm not watching two females kissing, getting my rocks off. That don't get my rocks off. It's to the T, man. It's to they didn't leave no dots or crosses out of there. They made sure they crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's. Nobody's that detailed, man. Nobody, right? And the way he talked about it was he was proud of it, man, of his conquest. Proud of it, man. No remorse, man. You know, no remorse. Me, I have remorse. Like I said it before, man. I was a street pharmaceutical as a youngster, right? And selling, pharmaceuticals on the streets was, that was the only option, man. I mean, for a young man, I've said it this many times before, man. As a man growing up in the inner city, uh, options are limited to either, hustling, robbing, or just becoming a product of the environment and just becoming a fucking plain out junkie, dope fiend, alcoholic, right? Because you're around this, right? So, I mean, it's limited, man. But I know at the same time that what I was doing, I can't find any kind of justification and say other than that I didn't know and I chose the easy way, right? But I know that what I was doing was wrong. I still, right, at 40 something, I'm like, damn, selling poison is not good, right? But hey, that's a product of the environment, right? I'm not the only one. My story it's no different than so many other, right? You can ask a Mexican, a Hispanic, a black, or white, and not other than a different state, different city. It's 9 out of 10 times the same fucking story, right? You're either gonna be a dope fiend, a hustler, or a jack boy, right? That's the same. That's the name of the game. Anywhere you go, man. Right? Anywhere you go. Uh, I heard that too, man. I heard that Mark Mark was JG's little brother. And you got to take that these names get taken out of context. You know what I mean? When they say they were part of a family, they were part of a dysfunctional family where names where you would call, oh, that's my little brother, endearing. Nah, little brother was being referred to as a lust, uh, deviancy terminology, right? Just like boy, right? Out here, you refer to a kid, hey, that's my boy, or hey, you see that boy over there. That's what it referred to, a kid, somebody of age, But then you refer to somebody in that prison family as a boy, and that's prison wife. I was, it's wild, man. And the good thing, man, that these victims like Brad is still alive, William Burnett, there's still a lot of characters. Thomas Harris, there's still a lot of characters out here that still need to be discovered and found and brought justice for them. I mean, because Mark Moore, uh, you have victims, and the victims will be speaking. If not themselves, family of the victims. Like I said, man, Mark has victims that have currently passed away, and he has victims that are currently still here with us, right? But the victims that are no longer here, their family members are being very strong and keeping their name alive and wanting justice for their loved ones. It's rightfully so, man. It's rightfully so. It's rightfully so. When you got characters like Mark Moore shaking the hands of the people he's abusing, sexually, extorting, physically, mentally, all for what? Zuzus and wham whams? That man had uh sexual deviancy. So now you heard it in Mark's words, right? When Mark said, man, Brad went to the shitter and I had to pound town him again. Okay, that's Mark Moore telling you the fucking discrepancy, like telling you how out of control he was in his own words, right? I was out of control, right? So when you hear Hip saying that Mark was having, eating Snickers out of boys' booty and whatnot, man, I kind of believe all that stuff, man. Now, if you put all the pieces together, you got Mark Moore added me saying, man, after this dude went to the shitter box, I came and I gave it to him again. Well, it's just all, man. We're all humans, so we all took his shits. We all defecate, and we all know that defecation stays in that orifice back there, right? Now, even if you were into that type of stuff, man, I think that's why these guys. I mean, like you kind of plan for that type of occasion, right? Be like, hey, we're gonna get it freaky tonight, because I don't want to make a mess. I would assume, right? I would assume, like they have to prep. Once again, what did Hip say? He seen dudes in there fucking douching their asses out, right? This is according to Hips, right? Hips even said that he seen dudes douching themselves on the shitter box, right? So what is that guy doing? He's preparing himself, right? He's ready to go have relationships with either Mark, JG, or Big Ox, or one of those characters of nature, one of those freaks of nature. I'm not making stuff up, man. All this stuff is all I'm speaking up on is stuff that people said it themselves or stuff that people witness, right? So that tells you right there, man, that if guys are douching in there, Mark couldn't wait for him, pounded him again. So now you hear Hip saying the guy's eating Snickers and dirty Snickers and Milky Ways and out of guys' rectums. It's kind of highly believable. It's kind of highly believable when you got Mark Moore saying, hey, look, on audio and video, I'm not making this shit up, man. Now, if I would be making it up, I wouldn't even believe myself, right? But I heard it from the guy. So I gotta take him for his word. I gotta hold him. So I mean, I can understand why Brad doesn't want to do it, right? I can understand Brad. You know what I mean? I know you're ashamed and you feel some type of way, but you have a you can crack this case wide open, man. Wide open, man. Wide open. Just like how I was able to found you, man. I'm sorry that I didn't want to interrupt your life and bother you, and I just wanted a statement, man, just to see if that document. It's almost like that Nicolas Cage movie, man. 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, man. I seen a documentary, I seen a film, and I went on a fucking rabbit hole, man, trying to find the truth, right? Trying to find the truth to that documentary. Was that victim really true or not? And it just like on 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, that documentary was real, and there was actually a real victim. Just like what we got here, right? And that was my whole agenda, man. Just to try to bring awareness to this, and not let people bring this into any kind of culture, man, and let it be embraced, right? Every culture already has too many negativities amongst us, man. Right? You don't need to be embracing male prison rape into your culture and try to normalize that. No, man. If anything, you should be against it. Be like, man, look, you're making our brothers look bad, bro. You're making us look bad. You can't do that, man. What happened to holding each other accountable? Right? If I see you fucking up, man, I'm not just gonna continue letting you fuck up. Yes, I know. And I'm gonna tie the mayor in to some other families, man, that they got their attorneys, and it's gonna be a shit show pretty soon, man. I mean, and like me, I, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. I'm not in it for no money, man. If people are, get blessed and Mark goes to jail, and there's justice for Brad, and justice for Thomas, and justice for David Jr., and justice for all the victims that went through the hands of Mark Moore, just like they went through the files of Epstein. All right. Mark and Epstein are one of each. All right. Same kind, birds of a feather. All right. Ain't no telling how many vulnerable girls went through Epstein's hands. And ain't no telling how many vulnerable and weak guys went through Mark's hands. Only Mark and Einstein know that. Only them. They can be handfuls. I mean, Mark probably even lost count. So all the stuff that Hip said about Mark playing poker with his boys and gambling, I highly believe it, man. Right? Because now I hear Mark's description, his take on the tale was like, man, that dude went to the shitter box and I came back and I pounded him again. And everybody's a human, be like, damn, dude, like, man, like that's almost like the equivalency of banging a chick on her rag. But you know what you're gonna get yourself into, right? You know if you bang a chick that's on her menstrual, or it's her time of month, you know as a man what you're getting yourself into, right? You know you're gonna get you some funk. You know you're gonna get you some stains. You as a man, you know what you're gonna get yourself into when you deal with the female that's on menstrual, right? Now it's. I mean, how intoxicated are you to go through it? That's a whole different thing. But if you're sober, you'd be like, "No, I just wait." Right? We've all been there as men. We've all been there, right? Some of us be like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna back away from it, man. I'll catch you on it. I'll catch you next week. Hopefully, we'll go out next week. Fuck it." But not Mark. Not Mark. Mark said Brad had to go defecate, stomach hurting. I mean, just imagine, man. Just imagine. Just imagine the symptoms of being violated. All right. And what if Mark said Brad was a virgin? It's not like Brad had been doing this all along, right? Just imagine. Just like that movie American History X. American History X, where that dude's laying on the fucking, he's laying on the gurney with his on his stomach with his butt upside up, right? They're portraying that the man's butt, it's stitched up and he can't move. So the physical pain, right? The physical pain. And not only the physical pain, but what about the mental pain? I mean, just think about, and then having to go around two after, according to the documentary, y'all were going back and forth like jackrabbits. So after JG left, because JG didn't live in that dorm, y'all got to remember this. JG did not live in that dorm, right? So Mark had Brad all to himself after JG left, right? JG left. He didn't live in that dorm. JG was out of place. So that's why JG was going first. He wanted to get right so he can get back home, back to his side of the dorm, right? So after JG left, Mark was all alone with old Brad. Can you imagine that, man? Can you imagine being used against your will? As a man being forced against your will by another man to do some horrendous, horrific stuff. Not only is it mentally excruciating, but I can just imagine the pain, man. I can just imagine the pain, right? I can imagine the pain that the dude was going through, man. It's like, fuck. I mean, that shit's not meant for. It's not meant for that, man. That orifice is not that orifice is not meant for penetration. That orifice is just an exit. It wasn't made for objects to go in that orifice, right? God didn't make us that way, man. That's why God gave us Eve, right? He gave us Eve, right? You know why he gave us Eve, man? Because he said, you know, this guy's going to get lonely. He needs somebody. I'm not going to give him another idiot. Just imagine God making Adam and Steve. Yes, the guy would have probably been, oh man, now I got somebody to go hunting with me. Now I got somebody to go fucking, now the hunting and the gathering is a lot easier. Now the time that it takes me to build shelter, it takes me half the time because I got my buddy to help me, right? It's beneficial, right? But God said, no, man, man's gonna fail you, bro. You need somebody that's made from you, right? So I'm gonna need a piece of your rib. Women have the power to build a man and break a man. A small 4 or 5 foot woman can break a man and build a man. That's the power they have. They can either create something beautiful for the world to enjoy, or they can create a monster, right? They can be. But that's why you have to vet them out, man. Because once you find the right one and she builds you up, ain't no way, ain't no turning back from that, man. Ain't no turning back from that. It's wild, man. It's like you know, when you have victims and your victims family members want justice, uh it's crazy, man. I mean, it's, to me, it's like I I don't see the purpose. I see Dante's bill. I see his play. You know, he ain't making no money. I mean, his videos are trash. They're trash. If you're into homosexuality, go tune in. You know what I mean? If you're into, same storyline. There's no interest, man. There's nothing. Uh, he don't talk about trending topics. He don't talk about nothing new. All he talks about is homosexuality and prison rape. That's it. Zuzus and wham whams. Right? Nothing. Why? Because it doesn't feed into his ego. He wants the views. He wants the likes, I don't care about that, bro. If you do things for the good, hey, don't matter the views, don't matter the clicks. All that matters is, hey, you, man. You think when I give a homeless man a $10, you think I'm looking for somebody to be like, oh, that guy just no, man, I do it because the guy probably ain't ate it, man. Or even if even if it decides to fuck off the money on alcohol or fuck it, whatever it is, I did my good deed, right? I gave him $10 for him to use it on whatever he wanted to use, whatever he feels, right? I'm not gonna judge the dude. All right. I'm not gonna judge. I did my good part. I did my part. If he wants to eat it, shit it, hey, that's all that's him. I did my part by giving him $10 for something used that he could use. Right. And now if he wants to use it on whatever he wants, that's him. That's beyond me. But I did my part, man. I feel good. I'm like, hey, I gave it to him. Now if he decides to go around and fuck it off, that's him. But I gave it to him with out of my kindness for him to go enjoy a meal. Now if he doesn't need a meal, then that's all him. Right. But I did my part. And I'm not asking everybody else to be like, oh yeah, guy. No, man. Yep. That's the tactics, Brad. That's why I mean hips hips got receipts, man. Hips paid, everybody paid, man. And I wouldn't be surprised to this day if Mark still got some kind of a black market going on right now. See, Mark doesn't want to be investigated, man, because if it finds out Mark is still doing shady stuff like introducing contraband into facilities, that's a big no-no. Right? That's a big no-no. Mark, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into, man. Like me, I'm not doing nothing shady, man. I'm a disabled person. Right? Those years are past me, man. Uh, I consider myself a law-abiding citizen now, man. I see a crime, I report. Right? I call 911. I do my part as a citizen to cut crime out of the neighborhood and make Grand Prairie beautiful again. Right? That's my goal, man. Right? Because this is where my son's gonna live at, man. His friends, and I want to make it a better place for them, man. You know. So if by me reporting people loitering at the park, well then you know what? I'm gonna call the cops and say, hey, there's people loitering at the park past park hours. They might be damaging up the field. Who knows? We need those fields to be up and running. So I don't see myself like a street criminal, man. Yes, I have a past. Yes, yes, I was once a street dude, but I haven't been a street dude in over maybe 20 something years, man. Right. I don't want to be no street dude, man. I don't want to be no tough guy. I don't want to be uh any of that, man. I want to be known as a contributing, law-abiding citizen. Right? That's who I want to be. That's how I want to be remembered, man. That yeah, I was a fuck up at the beginning, but towards my life, I turned around, man. I don't want to be a fuck up all my fucking life. I don't want to be even considered a fuck up at 30 or 40 years old, man. Yeah, you have to, man. I mean, it's it kind of sucks, man. But it's Alabama prison, man. If if the gangs themselves don't politics themselves, well, you got like a perfect example, man. You got that dude, Cartoon 53, right? Uh, he's from an established gang right? Neighborhood set, right? So you would think somebody that was from the motherland to go to another city or state would be like, hey, we don't do this at the motherland, homeboy. We don't fuck punks over here. You know what I mean? We don't fuck punks. We don't do it. We catch you doing that shit in California, we poking you up. But in Alabama, it's acceptable as long as you're the one giving and not the one taking. Right. So they found a loophole, right? But that's where people that are established and have credentials like Cartoon 53 should have been saying, nah, homie, we ain't cripping over here like that. You know what I mean? That cripping don't fly. You know, we're gonna show you how the motherland does it, right? Because that's the same thing on them fucking with the OG Percy, right? All these Cartoon 53 and all these California Crips were fucking with OG Percy, right? From Texas, because his cripping was not not up to standards to that California cripping, right? But OG Percy ain't fucking punks, right? If you want to make cripping uh and talk about OG Percy and all the Crips over here, like they ain't really cripping from the motherland and this and that, then why, when you went to Alabama, you let them dudes fuck punks and it was acceptable? That's the shit. See, that's when people say, oh, that's the thing that they try to embrace the culture with, man. I don't want to be a part of no culture that embraces that type of behavior at all. I don't. I don't agree with none of that, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it's gonna take for the gangs themselves to politic themselves and say, look out, man. We're not gonna be doing that. There's two different things. Me, I have no problem with the hogging game. The hogging game is, hey, if you can't hold your own, that's the price you gotta pay, right? If you get hogged for your shit, hey, you don't stand up, that's your fault, right? If somebody comes and takes something from me, I'm gonna go get my shit back, or I'm gonna make you regret taking that shit from me. One of the two, right? But I'm gonna I'll make you remember not to take shit from me again. That's the thing, right? I don't agree with all that homosexuality and taking man's butts, right? That's the shit I don't agree. I agree with majority of everything else in prison politics, man. I agree that if somebody comes and says I want that shit and you can't fit, hey, it's your loss. It's the environment we live in. And we're not living in no motherfucking high rise upper class Manhattan, or you know, we're surrounded by fucking predators and prey. More predators than there actually is prey, right? So I'm all for the environment. I'm not all for the ass taking, man. The homophobic shit, like degrading a man. There's other ways to degrade him. You can fuck him up, kick his ass, make him wash dishes, make him clean this. All kinds of ways of degrading another man without taking his fucking ass. Right. And if you decide to take your ass, then that just makes you as gay, right? That makes you gay. And then for you to still sit there and try to hold yourself in high regards like a five-star general, while you were just in there knee deep in some turd shit. No, man, you got to be held accountable, man. But see, that's where guys like they consider themselves OGs, like Cartoon 53. And I'm an OG. We're California cripping over here. Texas OG Percy, y'all ain't cripping over there. But OG Percy just cripping this. He's cripping his Texas crip, man. Right? He's not taking guys' ass. Right? Now, if I was in Alabama and I'm an OG crip, I'm gonna be like, say, look out, homeboy. We don't roll like that at the motherland. And if you decide to do that, you're gonna be, X'd out. You're gonna be gay because you're not gonna be able to drink after me. You're not gonna be able to smoke after me. There's gonna have to be lines crossed. All right. So it's like there's no more embrace. You don't even want to hug this. You don't even want to handshake this dude once you find out that he's doing that fruity shit, right? Everybody has to police their own and hold their own accountable, man. And that's the only way, man, that the gangs themselves say, hey, you know what, man, we're not gonna be doing that fag shit no more, man. You know, we can extort, hog, all that shit. I'm all for it, man, because that's just a part of the environment, man. Right? It's just like out here, right? No difference. That's why I say Mark is the type of character that gets despised outside of prison and is despised inside of prison, right? Nobody wants to associate with people out here that are doing that type of shit, right? Either being a male or female. Nobody wants to associate with these type of characters, right? But you will associate with a murderer, a thief, a junkie, an extorter, an enforcer. These are the type of characters that I've associated myself and broken bread with, right? I have no problem with these type of guys, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all about the same agenda: get money, right? That's it. We're not looking for ass, especially no male ass, right? And I'm not even looking for no female ass, right? I don't pay no females no mind. I got my wife and my queen. I got mine. I don't need to praise any females. I got mine, right? She satisfied me enough that I don't need to go look out for nobody else. I'm content, right? I'm content with everything God has blessed me. But it's like I don't get it, man. The social media, it's nothing but illusions. You know what I mean? Half of it, man, I guarantee you, people don't show you. Like people that are really bad, man, we can't. They go to jail for showing you their life, man. You know, for what they do is like this shit's like I don't want the laws in my life, man. Right? It's like Mark, right? Mark gets branded and they're gonna start looking into Mark. Mark, what is Mark doing? Right? What is Mark doing? Mark, as far as Mark knows right now, there could be a private investigator looking at all he the fuck he's doing right now. Right? Just building a case on him. Right? People don't understand it. I bet. Hold on, Poppy, let me finish. Let's go. Go. Give me a minute. About to be through. We're going right now. All right, give me a minute. Huh? Give me a minute. So y'all, right now I'm gonna go. You know, it's hot. I'm gonna probably go to swimming pool, come back, get my mind right, go to post office. And, you know, me filing civil suits it's the last of my words, bro. You know, it's not. I'm not getting nothing out of it but a simple apology, man. You know what I mean? But I still have to do it to prove a point. Right? I have other things. I have priority, man. I have a fucking life, man. I have kids. I have a life, man. Just because I don't show you my life on YouTube doesn't mean I don't have a life. Right? Just because I'm not posting every day what I'm doing or of my action or my life doesn't mean I don't have a life. But thank you. You gave me today. I've been kind of clamped up lately, man. I haven't been able to talk to nobody, man. I usually talk. I usually don't talk to anybody, man. I talk to myself. My wife gets mad at me, man, because she's like, man, you're crazy. You just right there talking to yourself and answering yourself. Well, yeah, she's like, what are you practicing? I'm not practicing for nothing. I'm just answering myself. Right. But I guess to some people looking in to see you talking to yourself, and they might think you're fucking crazy, right? But I enjoy my solitude, man. I do. I do. And I hope people don't think that I don't like associating with people, man. I just don't, man. I do, but I'm more of a loner, man. I like it's kind of hard, man. It's like I've been looking on like YouTube, almost like an introvert or like it's just almost like a I don't know, man. I'm a weird type of dude, man. And I don't just welcome anybody in my circle, man. And if I do, I kind of like only let you go so far. You know what I mean? I don't let you know everything. You know what I mean? I let you just enough to let you think that you're welcomed. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking that you're not wanted. But it's poker, man. We playing poker now. You know. But the thing is that I really do have aces up my sleeve. And I was trying to be I was trying to be a gentleman and figured, he'd keep my name out his mouth, my name out his mouth, and if he was going to mention me, it was going to be facts. I have no problem with facts, right? Facts all you want, right? But that gives you no right to spread misinformation and defame my character. My character's already fucked up than it is. I don't need you damaging it more than what it already is, right? It's like I already have a criminal history, right? My character is already defamed by my own doing, right? I don't need some character from fucking the slums of Detroit running his dick suckers talking bad about me, right? Just because he's created this fucking fantasy world about him being, I don't know, right? I don't know who he believes he is in this imaginary world that he's created, this illusion, right? He hates me so much because I'm the only one that has been able to dissect and see through it, right? And it's not for everybody, like I tell you, man. It's not to pat my own self on the back, man, but it's very few guys that I met like myself, man. That was one of them was my homeboy. Uh, Rest in peace. You know what I mean? Uh, Good crime partner, man. They didn't have to use no words. Just we knew what time it was. You know what I mean? Just one look at each other and we knew what time it was. There was no words to be needed because we were that and connect with each other, man. It was we were like we were a real machine, me and him. Plus, we had younger dudes under us, right? We had younger underlings, right? But it was me and him moving the machine. When he passed away, I left the responsibility to me, right? But he was more the friendly man. He was more the outgoing. He was the one that kept us together. For me, it was just me and him, and then everybody else. But he for everybody else, me, I'm just a loner, man. I couldn't get along with everybody else because we couldn't think. Only this. Out of all my homeboys that I've ever had, only this motherfucker's the only one that could think like me, man. Right? Think ahead, scheme and plot, pull off flea flickers. It was a crime partner match, man. Right? My mom, his mom would kick him out. He would come stay at my mom's house. My mom would kick me out. I'd go stay at his mom's house. So it's we grew up, man. It's like, and I miss him, man. I miss my boy. I do miss him, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Yeah, they do, man. They Mark has a lot of war daddy, man. But the script has flipped on Mark. Mark has now become the social media boy. More Mark is the power bottom getting tossed up by everybody, man. But at the end of the day, man, uh, Dante still has a hand in everything, man. He tries to please everybody. He tries to please what's his name? Fucking NS, right? NS is his biggest financial support, man. I'm telling you, Dante's fucking lives on pennies, man. Right? He lives on pennies, bro. Right? So any help from a supporter, 50, 100. And we all know NS be chunking out them C notes, man. NS, when NS likes somebody, he doesn't just contribute 5, 10, $20. No, he contributes 100, and then he might backdoor with that with another 100, and he might backdoor that with another 50. I've seen it, man. We all know how NS rolls, right? He got some big fat bankroll, right? I would presume, because if you can hand out $250 like that and at multiple times and not bother you, well then you're financially stable, man. You got a nice fast bankroll. So I would see what Donta would want to please NS all the time, right? But at the same time, Dante's pride still wants to control Mark and still have some kind of say in that matter. There's a lot of, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. The people, what I noticed, the people that don't act like they got, the people that act like their shit don't stink are the ones with the shittiest or smelliest shit, man. You just got to take time, find them, and backtrack it, man. That's all you got to do, right? And like I said earlier, man, I could be a cocksucker and a motherfucker and start going through that guy's history, man, right? Seeing what schools he went to, and just start going through the yearbooks, right? And start reaching out to people from his class from that year. Hey, you know this guy? You know this guy? Yeah, yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's a bitch. He's a punk. There's always people to speak ill about you, man. Right? I didn't go to high school. I went to. I got kicked out of 7th grade, man. I got sent to alternative school. Right? I think the closest you're gonna get to any photo pictures of me is probably like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade elementary. Eh? You're not gonna. I don't have no social media, so I just choose not to be that kind of scumbucket, man. Like that type of journalist or content creator, man. Steering up stuff. I just like the facts. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. Nah, and this is from Palestine or Gaza. He's Middle Eastern, man. And this is Middle Eastern. And this is Middle Eastern. So you gotta narrow it down like this. NS is Middle Eastern. Majority of Middle East is Muslim, but NS is Christian. So now you got to do your research and you have to find where the Christianities live in the Middle East. The Gaza Strip, Palestine, refugee status. Muslims don't like Middle Eastern Christians, so genocide. We get you get the gist of it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to do, man. Y'all have a good one, and I'll get back with y'all. How you doing, V? Y'all have a good one, chat.